6 o'clock, we'll get started. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let's pray over the meeting. God, I thank you for your blessings today. I thank you for this great nation we're a part of. I ask you that you'll help us that we can make wise decisions. We ask you to direct us and help us to make a better community. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, we call the meeting to order. All the magistrates are here but Ed. I don't know, has anybody talked to Ed? I haven't heard anything from him, so hopefully he'll be here. We'll move on to approval of the meeting minutes from June 17th. Okay, a motion by Kevin, second by Carl. All in favor? All right, motion carries. Okay, new business. We'll move to the roads. We'll ask Zach to come with his monthly report.
We've been busy bush hogging across the county. We also have a contractor, Dustin Smith, that's been helping us trying to get caught up with breakdowns and other tasks that needed our attention. We've installed a culvert pipe on Bannock Fork Road and a driveway pipe on Orm Lane. The bushwhacker is out as well. We finished up Chilton Lane today, and then hopefully the plan is to move to Bates Lane once we get the rear tire fixed. We finished servicing the roller and paver so we get ready for blacktop. We had to replace a couple valves and propane hoses, and our milling machine was delivered. We got to get the harness and the pigtail for the skid loader and get it mounted on the machine so we can use the milling machine.
And that did come in?
Yes, we got it.
Just got to get it put on.
Yes, sir.
Any questions for Zach?
Zach, I was wondering, I was asked by people back at the Spree Parkway if we could take a look and see if we need to upgrade our speed limit signs. They said there's a lot of excessive speed going on back there, so if we could take a look at that, I appreciate it.
Okay.
One thing, maybe Keith, you may want to maybe set up a little patrol down there or some. They say it's the Salt and Light Church, and I did ask if they had contacted them to let them know. So we talked about it at the road barn. Billy Pop, he goes there, so I asked him if he'd let the people, the pastor, know, and maybe they could make an announcement to watch speed coming in and out. And of course, a lot of people want speed bumps and those kind of things, but we can't put speed bumps on those kind of roads.
We've had a lot of extra patrol there. We've had Westward as well. Somebody on the board from the Spree reached out and wanted to hire an off-duty officer, someone who dedicated hours a month or something like that. I had to talk to you further about that. We've done that patrol there.
Yes, and I think that's where we heard from is the yes, the homeowners association. Thank you. They the one who contacted the office. Any other questions for Zach? All right, we'll move on to committee report. Brad, I know you all met.
Yes, we met. Zach pretty much covered a lot of the stuff, but I did talk to Dustin on the contractor for bush hogging. He's well satisfied, and hopefully we can continue after we discuss it. We need to figure out if we can hire one more full-time guy for the county barn, road department. Need to have a CDL.
We did put that on Facebook today.
Yeah.
We can, Travis probably could put that on internet.
Maybe, we discussed, maybe, is there possible to getting 2 part-time ones to get this paving done that we need to do?
We will check on that, and Zach, do you have anybody in mind that would be part-time? Part-time is a kind of a problem for us to find people that
I know.
will work part-time, and I've got 3 applications at the office that I want you all to look at, and I think a couple of those have Class A CDLs, so it might be good for you all to look at them
Okay,
and
yeah.
maybe.
Definitely need to have a CDL. And we all discussed, we're putting a dump truck out for bids. We need to make sure the hitch on the back of that is different than the one on the other Freightliner, because that one Freightliner, we can't use it for the paver machine, because the hitch is down too low. So can you make a note on that?
That's going to be,
It's going to be tough.
that's going to be hard.
I don't know where you could get one where you could
A receiver maybe.
take it off and on.
That's a heavy hitch, but they may make it where you can take them off. I don't know. We've dealt with that for years, the dump trucks.
If not, I'd say not put one on there, since we got one
Yeah,
on the
we could
Freightliner.
pull with the Freightliner
Yeah.
and not put a hitch on that one. But we'll figure out if there's some way can have a detachable.
Okay.
The worst thing, you don't want to have to bolt and unbolt it, or it's
No.
too complicated.
All right, that's it for me.
All right, any questions for Brad? Okay, next, we've got the bids out for it's coming out in the paper tomorrow for the dump truck, and what I would like is to have the fiscal court approve the committee on picking the dump truck, just because if we don't, we got to wait till the next meeting or have a special meeting. We've got $175,000 in the budget. Myself and Travis was talking today, and I think we would probably need to maybe say that they could approve anything up to $185,000, just to make sure that somebody don't come in at $177,000, and that's a low bid. So I would entertain a motion to let the committee decide if that suits everybody here. 175. There is some other places we can pull, other lines we can pull it out of if we need it though. We just put 175 because we did get a bid in, was it February? I think around February for 173, 72 something. So we feel like it's going to be close to that, but we don't want to, it be barely over it, and then we said 175 was max. Yes, that let the committee decide. If one comes in for 167, that's the route we're taking, but. All right, second by Brad. All in favor? All right, we'll get that taken care of. Okay, next, planning and zoning. Jason?
All right, so last month we did 24 electrical permits, 30 building permits. The next Board of Adjustments meeting will be July 28th, 6 p.m. here. The next Planning and Zoning meeting will be 6 o'clock, August 13th here. And then one other thing, Kyle Atchison, which represents the county, he's wanting to resign from the Board of Adjustments. So if you have anybody that in mind for the Board of Adjustments, run it by Scotty. He's the one that actually appoints to the Board of Adjustment. So if y'all have anybody that's interested or know somebody you all want, just tell Scotty. And that's all, unless y'all have questions.
And if that doesn't happen within
60 days.
60 days, then the Board of Adjustments appoint. So we
Yes.
need to appoint somebody in that 60-day period. All right, we'll move on to let's see, Parks, I'm sorry, Toby. I seen Toby was up and
Yes, we've been busy with our mowing and weed eating. The heat and the rain has had us really busy. Splash pad has been going well. We got Daniel trained on how to check chemicals and keep it running, so he's been a big plus for us. Other than that, we had Henry County Fair come through. We got co-ed softball going on every Tuesday, and we've been prepping for that, and shelter rentals, couple shows. Youth sports will be starting sign up soon, and our next event will be July 26th, Harvest Showcase. So that's where our focus will be.
all right, any questions for,
We got church leagues going, our new park, our new field. Game started at 8:21, game was over 9:21, no lights on the field. Is there money there for the lights, or we get a grant on that new field?
Got
Can-
a larger field on field two that has lights, but they want to play on a small field so they can hit home runs. So I don't think that's,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think that's worth spending $100,000
No.
on lights.
okay.
yes,
We do have some work we need to do.
Well, sometimes we might have, yeah.
Planning on doing work, on the lights this summer now that it's starting to slow up, but
All right. Well, sometime we might have all three fields full, that's the thing, so, something to look at.
well, we've got to be able to justify spending 100 to 200,000 when there's so many things that needs to be done. And like Travis said, of course, that small field, I still couldn't knock a home run no more, but anyway, they can move to field two, and they've got lights and, wouldn't have that problem, so, that won't be on the top of our list, just let me put it to you that way. We got way more we need to spend money on than that. Yes, sir. Any other questions for Toby? All right, thank you. Animal Service, Danielle.
We had 7 adoptions for this month, equaling out to be 1,300. In donations, we received $1,384, and in a dog license, we did receive 21. Well, one dog license, which was 25, bringing out the total to be 2,709. We had 32 dogs in our custody at the end of the month, and we had 21 dogs actually leave the facility during the month of July. So that should kind of give you an idea of what numbers we're working with. We do have 2 things coming up. We don't have any events currently scheduled for the month of July. In the beginning of August, we do have our Community Appreciation Day scheduled. So I believe all of you all have it in your packet, the flyer that we have, and we would love to see all of you there. As well as we are starting a TNR program in August for Henry County, which will help handle a lot of the feral cats and stray cat situations. So anybody that wants information about the TNR program, we do have a flyer. We will be posting it on Facebook, as well as feel free to call us, and we will be more than obliged to give any information out. Am I good?
All right, any questions for Danielle?
It's scheduled October 4th, we were gonna have a car show, Harry Hill. It's gonna raise money for animal shelter.
Yes, and we
Yes.
will be bringing the flyer next month for that one to get
Yes,
out.
yes. We've already got a flyer, I think, at the office, so yeah, we can put that in the packet. All right, thank you. Okay, next is the 25-year annual settlement. Danny, you want to talk about that a little bit? I think you all met, maybe Amanda, you want to hand them out, or have you done handed them out? Okay, okay.
it just needs to
yes, it's got to be, I think we just got to, okay, I didn't have mine. It just got to be approved, that was received.
Yesterday at our meeting, and yes, I guess we're ready to make the motion to approve the annual budget report.
You don't have your mic on, Danny. Try it again.
Okay, we met and went over the annual budget, and it seems like everything is in order. It looks like Amanda's doing a super good job with our money and placing it in the right place, and I guess I'm going to make a motion to accept the report.
All right, motion by Danny, second by Brad, all in favor? All right, thank you. Okay, Economic Development Committee update.
We didn't have anything to meet about, so we did not have a meeting.
All right, okay, we got Jessica Moore here again this month, and I appreciate her coming. She is working for Henry County, trying to get economic development, so we'll give her a minute to talk here.
Hi, guys. So since we last met, just a couple updates for you. I have submitted 4 properties for RFIs since the last time we were here. One of those included a heavy machine rental company that was looking to locate in our region. We're also working to update and identify all the sites, so project management, if you will, making sure that all of our sites in Henry County and all the other counties are up to date. As our magistrates, if you have any sites that you want me to prioritize on the site or we want to make sure that we're pushing out there, please let me know. I'm also working within our county to identify some brownfields. So if you're familiar with the brownfield project, if there's any sites that you think that we could come in, there is some KIPTA funding that is available for phase 1, kind of identifying those sites and figuring out what we can do to get them cleaned up. So if you have any within your districts that we could be looking at, please let me know. And then what else? USDA, I've been working with their team on some rural development dollars, potentially community and facility dollars for each of the communities. So still kind of in the first phases of that. And then the newest round of KPDI funding is now available. So working with our judges to assess county projects and then bigger regional projects, potentially in the ag space is what kind of is on the forefront right now. And then in August, KETA is going to be hosting a GIS training for all of you guys through our judges, and we kind of talked about that last week in our board meeting. So you'll see more to come with that. So we're just kind of boots on the ground. I want to be here, so I'm present if you have questions. Anybody have anything?
I will say, while she's still up here, the Brownsfield that she's talking about, is anything's got any kind of asbestos, if there's tanks in the ground from a gas station or whatever, she's already contacted Jim about the old Board of Education, because Jim would like to have that converted into some rental housing for teachers that could be affordable for young teachers to be in. So we're in the process of trying to see what we can do with that, maybe to try to get that cleaned up and usable, because I know the reason they moved is the mold is very bad in the upstairs, so it would have to have a lot of upgrading, but I think that would be a good thing if we could get that done through some grants.
And there are some dollars available. Like I said, KIPTA, who we work closely with, has some money available to kind of do the due diligence on those, and we'd love to obviously see that be something that our schools could utilize for the teachers. And we have some developers in mind who are very familiar with projects like that and kind of redeveloping buildings like the old Board of Education building. So hopefully more to come next time. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Jessica. Okay, Sheriff's report, Keith.
We responded to 184 calls, ASB dispatch, 135 calls into the sheriff's office, had 62 citation criminal summons, 27 criminal arrests, 17 warrant arrests, served 81 court papers, transported 1 fugitive, transported 2 juveniles, had 2 MIWs, 1 special event, 47 vehicle inspections, 13 carry concealed license, and had 1 DUI arrest.
All right, any questions or comments for Keith?
I just want to thank the Parks Department. My landscape probably looks better than it ever has, Toby. I appreciate y'all. And also, I wanted to update y'all on our radio system. We started that about 3 years ago with the COVID money. Happy to say we're up 100% running with the new P25 digital system. And everywhere we've been in the county is crystal clear. Josh even called out from University of Louisville Hospital the other day to dispatch, and they heard him. So I want to thank Keith Morris, the Henry County Water, and Carroll County Water. They saved us a ton of money. We couldn't have done it without them because they gave us the towers to use. If we had to buy our own towers, this wouldn't have happened. So just want to give credit where credit's due, and I'm happy it's up and running.
That's good, because it's been a long
It's
time
been a long
coming.
time. I thought we had to go to Cassidy and get a warrant on somebody for theft by deception or whatever, you know?
And talk like even Carroll County, there's some of those, there's a tower in New Liberty that they put one of the antennas or whatever on it, and so that made it where we could get the eastern side of the county. That's good, because it's bad when these guys are out on a call and they can't get, sometimes they don't have phone service or radio service, and that's dangerous, so.
Save lives. I remember a story that stands out to me back when I was working the road. I made an arrest one night down on River Road. Dispatch couldn't hear me run the tag, couldn't hear me be out on, letting them know I was on a traffic stop. I ended up making the arrest, driving to the top of the hill in Port Royal before they even knew what I was even doing. If something went south down there, you know, ain't got no backup. So, yeah, I think this is a great thing. So.
Yes. All right, thank you, Keith. Okay, the next line is opioid settlement participation, and I'll let Denise talk just a little bit about this. We've got different companies and that we get involved with on this, so I'll let her talk just a little bit.
If you've listened to the news, there's been more information about the Purdue Pharma and the Sackler families and their bankruptcy and their payments. And we now have to opt in to that settlement. We have to do that by August, and the settlement should be $6.5 billion in 16 payments over 15 years. Now that's nationally, so we certainly don't see those kind of numbers, but it's money that would be available for us. So what we need basically to do is just give Scott the authority to sign the opt-in papers or the opt-in documents when they arrive. So just need a motion to do that, just documenting that he has your authority to do that.
Okay, I move that the county participate in the Purdue Pharma and Sackler family opioid direct settlements and authorize Judge Bates to sign the required opt-in documents.
All right, motion and a second. All in favor? All right. Thank you. We'll get that rolling when the paperwork all comes in. Okay, next we got the first reading of our tax rate. We did get from the state, we got the sheet yesterday. So what we need, it's first reading, so we can pass it as presented. If they're wanting to, it would be lowered to, the rate would be 10.1%. If we put a 4% increase in, it would be 10.5%. So what I want to say tonight is, if the court has an appetite to put the 4% in, then we need to have a good idea tonight, because we had to advertise that and had to have a public meeting for a 4%. Anything above 4%, it can be called in a vote. So 4% is allowable, but you still have to have a public meeting. So we have to have time to put that in the paper and make those announcements. So what's your thoughts?
I'd like to make a motion with the fire department fees double, and take the state and double, not raise it.
Turn your mic on.
I'd like to make the motion with our doubling our fire department fees for on people, take the state level, not raise it 4%.
So you want to keep it the same?
State level.
Or, the compensating rate? Okay, second, or any other discussion? 10-3.
With the 10-3 that we have right now, we're pretty well covered bills countywide. If the 10-3 is working, I'm getting that. I'd like to make a motion that we go to 10, or keep it up to the current rate of 10-1 this year.
He's already made a motion.
Well, he amend that motion to strike out 10-1 and make it 10-3, and then we would vote on the amendment.
Okay, yeah, did anybody want to second Carl's? You second it? Okay, second by Danny. All right, all in favor? All right. Okay, so now we can take,
Now you need to take the no vote.
okay, all opposed?
On 10-1?
3-2.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I got mixed up there. I thought you was going to
I thought you said
make another motion. Okay, so it passes 3-2. All right, thank you. Okay, the committee meeting procedures. We're going to let Cassidy talk on this, I think she sent an email, and we'll try to let her explain some of this, just so people know what's going on.
Questions with regard to committee meetings and how often or what the proposal of when they should meet. So you received a memo in your fiscal court packet before this evening. If you've had an opportunity to read through that, we also sent you a copy of the Kentucky Open Records Act and all meetings required. Simply put, it's been requested or asked of the court why specific committees are not meeting regularly or not reporting back to the court. Having those committees appointed, not meeting consistently is frivolous and not providing any useful information to the court. So it has been requested that those meetings be set regularly, posted at a set date, time, and location. The committee will then only be required to put out a proposed agenda. Should the month require not meeting and the committee have nothing or no topics to discuss, at the location that those meetings would occur, notice could be posted on the door that the meeting had been canceled. We just want to make sure that those meetings are occurring regularly rather than having months go by without meetings occurring. Obviously, we need to have the court updated by those individual committees. Does anybody have any questions of what's required of each committee and their proposal on a set meeting schedule?
We'll say some of the committees don't really need to meet every month. If you want to meet every quarter, that's fine. Like Cassidy said, if you have a special call meeting, you can only discuss what's on the agenda for that special call meeting. If you have just a regularly scheduled meeting, you can discuss anything that comes, any topic that comes up in your committee, and then come back and report it. So, I mean, this is what the law is, so we need to figure out how we want to handle it, whether everybody wants to set a monthly meeting or a quarterly meeting or what you want to do? The chairs, the ones that matters is the chair of every committee, and I know Brad's chair of the road committee. You all meet every,
I'd rather do them we do ours every month.
and the road committee is one of those
Yeah.
committees that definitely need to meet every month.
Right.
Some of these others, really, I don't know, like the parks, unless it was something special to come up, every quarter is plenty on that, I would think. Animal shelter, I don't know what you want to do on that.
We have, we're scheduled for quarterly, and if something comes up, I will call a special meeting and on that.
That's on the budget committee.
On the Parks Committee, I go quarterly. The same with special meeting, we'll post it. I think quarters is fine for us.
Yes, I agree. But we'll need to get a time and a date so we can get that advertised, if it's like fiscal court's the third Tuesday of every month, so, I know Brad's meeting's the Monday before the third Tuesday. Sometimes that's not the third Monday, so it's the Monday before the third Tuesday. That can, according to what the first is on. So, do you all want to get back with me and let me know exactly when you all want to do it, and how you want to work it? And then we'll go from there. Okay. That way we'll have an announcement next month of what times everybody wants to do it and when. All right, sounds good. Thank you. Okay, the admin code on the bidding and the committee meetings, which that has been handed out. Denise, you want to talk about that?
The changes that were made there are only two changes, except a typo that I found. On page,
I'm sorry,
on page
I dropped
14, yeah, on page 14, we're just making the note, including the change that you voted on previously, which was to change the sealed bidding requirement, our allowance up to $40,000 with the budget committee to approve any of those expenditures between $20,000 and $40,000. So that's on page 14. And with the idea that the committee, based on what I knew was coming from Cassidy on the committee meetings, there's a change on page, I'm sorry, I should have been prepared. Basically to say that the committee meetings will be scheduled and will be advertised. I'm sorry, I can't find it. It's in the front.
So everybody has that in front of you. She's struggling with that right now, and I understand if I'm fumbling papers up here, I'll be struggling too. So that's the only two changes that we made in the admin code. So if that is good with everybody, we'll need a motion to approve those changes. Okay, motion by Kevin, second by Carl. All in favor? All right, thank you. And thank you, Denise, for putting the time into that, and I'm sorry I put you on the spot. Okay, claims and transfers. You have any questions or comments? Okay, a motion by Brad, second by Kevin. All in favor? All right. Danny, you asleep or you voting against it? All right, motion carries. You will notice there was a lot more claims and transfers. This is the beginning of the year, so we pay a lot of bills first of the year. And thankfully, we have the money to pay them. All right, public comments, we ask that you keep it to 3 minutes per speaker. Anybody in the public want to speak?
My name is Doug Daniel. I live at 275 Bishop's Lane. I'm a neighbor of the Malins, who own property at 352 Lacey Road. On June 10th, I sent a letter to Judge Executive Bates renewing my prior request for a meeting about ongoing issues with that property. To date, I've received no response. In the interest of public transparency, I'm here tonight to briefly summarize the key concerns that I had in that letter. First, I was surprised to read a quote from Judge Bates in the April 19th local saying, "I love having the Malins here." That quote appeared while the Malins are actively suing the county over the Planning Commission's denial of their zoning request. Meanwhile, my own request for a meeting was denied due to pending litigation. That seems like a double standard. Second, the Malins have received multiple notices of violations from planning and zoning since 2023. These are not just paperwork issues. They are repeated violations of the binding elements tied to the 2023 zone map amendment. These violations directly impact neighboring landowners like myself. Third, Robert Malin was criminally cited earlier this year for legally keeping a red kangaroo without the proper permits. That's not just bizarre, it reflects a pattern of disregard for the law and ordinances. And finally, last year, Magistrate Brad Fisher constructed a building on the Malin's property without a building permit. He was present at the Planning and Zoning 2024 meeting in May, where it was made explicitly clear that only structures listed in the approved zoning could be built. Yet he built one anyway. That is not a misunderstanding. It's a violation of county regulations by an elected official. I'm again respectfully renewing my request for a meeting with Judge Bates. If that's not possible, I'm asking for a written response to the concerns raised in my letter. These are not personal grievances. These are matters of accountability, fairness, and good governance. We'll provide copies of the letter that's sent on January 16th, mentioned above, and the text of my comments tonight for both to be included in the record of the meeting. I thank you for your time and for allowing me to speak tonight. Thank you.
Cassidy, do you want to address this?
Making a statement on behalf of Henry Fiscal Court as legal counsel. For the court, Mr. Daniels has received or has been sent by my office multiple responses. There are pending litigations of which are open to the public. None of those that I have been present to represent the county on has Mr. Daniels or any of the authors of the letter or co-signers of the letter have bothered to appear at those public hearings. All of the information can be found in the public record by request. I will be happy to renew and resend Mr. Daniels and all the other authors of the letter that was sent to my office on behalf of Fiscal Court. But as stated multiple times verbally by staff in my office, as well as the Henry Fiscal Court's office, Judge Executive's office, when there are pending matters in currently in the circuit court as well as district court. If those are open to the public, certainly they can be viewed by you or any other parties welcome and open to our courtrooms. We will not be making a statement when there are pending legal matters against the county. Any meetings that have been requested have never been denied. A letter asking for a meeting, our offices are available. We'd be more than happy to sit down. But the answer to most of those questions are going to be, no comment can be made at this time when there are pending matters before the Henry Circuit Court, as well as matters in the district court. I believe that the information that is contained in the letter or in the public statement tonight is a bit skewed. So again, a simple search of the public record or attending those court proceedings may set the record straight. But at this current time, when there are matters pending in the Henry District and Circuit Court against the county's not going to make a public statement. And that has been consulted both with my office as well as attorneys that represent the fiscal court and individual members thereof.
Okay. Anybody else in the public want to speak? Yes, ma'am.
I didn't understand. Did you say that a response was sent to
I've sent multiple responses to you, Mr. Mayor, but I'm happy to send you one where you have to sign that you've received it by certified mail.
None of us have received the letter, Ms. Dees.
I've got copies of everything I've sent you. If you're happy to resend to you, or you can make it available if you got it in my office.
They were sent by U.S. mail? Well, it's odd that I didn't get anything.
I didn't send one to you, only Mr. Daniels, he requested a response. I didn't send one to you.
He hasn't received it.
Okay, we'll move on. Check, put your timer on.
My name's Carolyn Cox, and I live in Port Royal, and I'm here to follow up on some issues that I brought before you last month. The first one is do not block the parking out in front of your government building. The most important buildings, public buildings in our county are the courthouse and the government building where y'all work, and also have the driver's licensing, the plates on. And we really need to be able to get in and out of there easily, but we can't with the school traffic. I'm only asking for a do not block sign to be put in that, what is it, about 50-foot parking lot that's there. It is impeding access of the public to get into those offices, and I really would like to see something done about that. My second issue would be to have more social media presence for things like zone changes, the probate, any kind of building permits that would affect any other neighbors. I know that I kind of did a little stalking, and I saw that every one of you are on social media, and some of you are really good at it and have a lot of friends. So I would like to see you actually bring that out to the people in the county and give us a little more heads up about what's going on in the county. My last thing is, Judge Bates, I appreciate you reaching out to Parker's about that siren, and it's still not being done, so whoever you got working on that, if you could put more pressure on them, I'd appreciate it. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Right, thank you. And to the siren, I met with KU, and they're supposed to be moving the pole, but they were supposed to be moving it 2 weeks ago, and it's still not moved. I talked to Ben this past week, or I texted him, and he said it's still sitting there. So I don't know what the problem is. We'll check back in on that. As far as the sign, I really don't know where we can put the sign because it's all blacktop or sidewalk from that corner all the way to Judy's Beauty Shop. So I don't know about that. The state, that's really their issue and not ours. I can contact Joe maybe and see if he can do anything different there. But in the social media, we're trying to get that as up to date as possible. It's hard to get everything on social media because everybody in my office is truly busy. And so we don't pay for anybody to put that on there. So that's part of the issue is social media. Any other public comments? Amy.
Amy Charles from Smithfield, and following up, I know we've mentioned being more active on social media and hopefully getting more information out on that. I was hoping we would have some type of update on where we stand on that.
I don't really, we're putting everything on social media that we have to. I know you all want to know every time that we do anything, but like I say, we've only got so much time to put stuff on. It's not like we've got a full-time person to be doing that. So we'll get as much stuff on as possible.
I understand, but to counter that, when things go in the paper, you're emailing the paper with notices of meetings and things like that. It takes 2 clicks to post something to social media. It does not take that much time. So, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That I discussed earlier on the Office of the Attorney General website that dictates and sets statutory requirements of what is required to be posted for open meetings, notices, and everything.
I'm not asking about what's required.
Sure, understand. So what you're asking the court to do is beyond what is statutorily required. Our county goes above and beyond to post notices on their social media. Social media is not required to be posted, so I think our county government is going above and beyond that by what we are posting and making available. So I just wanted to let you know, those are the public, these are public meetings. If you can't come and attend them in public or in person, we do our best to record them, to post minutes, to make those available. All of that information is available pursuant to the open records request. So folks are not missing out on that. It's an added convenience. Social media is a convenience, not a requirement.
No,
so I believe our county is meeting the
requirement.
statutory
It is a
requirements.
convenience, and I'm hearing from more and more people who don't want to come here and speak as I do. More and more people are saying, thank you for bringing this to the attention of fiscal court, that we can't come to every meeting. We're not getting the paper. Please post on social media where we are more often than anywhere else. We realize it's a convenience, but you are our elected representatives. Please respond to the requests that we are having of you.
The court has responded multiple times.
We see this differently.
Understood. It's not required to be on Facebook.
We're going to agree to disagree on this, and I'm going to continue to bring this because I continue to get requests from people saying, keep asking. All right? So the next thing I have is I have also brought up the question or the proposal that positions that are appointed be announced months prior to them being filled. And I think we just had one, someone resigned. So do we stand anywhere on making some type of forward movement?
I mean, it's on this video that we got 60 days to appoint somebody, and I've asked the magistrate. So to me, we've made the announcement. We can put it on Facebook,
Thank you.
I
I'll
guess.
continue to make these requests.
Anybody else in the public? All right, court comments.
I'd like to know why all these hundreds of people that request this from Amy Charles did not request it from us. Is she our go-between for fiscal court?
don't trust some of our representatives. They don't appreciate the response that they get from some representatives. And I've been up against some of the folks around here, and I still stand up with it. That's why they reach out to me.
Any other court comments? Okay, I've got several myself. Jailer Jeff Tandle and Rebecca Mulch, they come to my office last week, and Oldham County is implementing the, I wrote it here somewhere. It's a thing that they put behind their ear on these people that's hooked on narcotics. And they've got to keep it on there for, the longest treatment is like 5 days, 5 to 7 days. But they can tell within 2 or 3 days if it's going to work for them. It costs $5,500 per person. Oldham County is going to use it in their jail on candidates that want to try to get off of drugs. So what Jeff was, he was presenting it to us. I've heard it at some of our conferences, maybe you all have too. I do think it will be money well spent when you figure $5,500 for one person, but we don't just lock that one person up one time. It's time after time after time that Josh and these guys are dealing with the same person. So we're going to kind of play it by ear on how Oldham County, what kind of results they have, if it's positive results or everybody's trying to sell something, it's 100%, but is the real results 100%? So we're going to let them try it out, and then I may come back to you all for some of this opioid money if we feel like we could get candidates that was interested in it, that wanted to get off of drugs, and maybe would help. So to me, it would be worth a try. The next thing are packets. You guys are having a time getting the packets. Mr. Daniels talking about he hadn't got his letters from Cassidy, and I know you guys are struggling getting your packets, and we send them out every Thursday. So I think what we will do is we will email a packet to everybody on Thursday, and then we will have packets available for you after 1 o'clock on Thursday if you want to pick one up, or we'll bring you a paper copy to Fiscal Court too. But I mean, we're wasting our money when you guys are not getting your packets before Tuesday. We're wasting our money on, and sometimes it's $6 or $8 for each packet. So I think that would probably be the best route for us to take, and at least you can still look over them. And then we still do have the Chromebooks, computers, that if anybody would want one of those, that you wouldn't even have to have a paper copy at all. You can use the Chromebooks. So if you do want something like that, let myself or Travis or Amanda know. But so we'll try that different, and maybe it'll be a little better, because it makes it bad when you don't get your packet till Tuesday, or if you don't even get it until after Fiscal Court. So hopefully. Yes, I don't know what's happened, but something's different. So that's what our procedure will be now. And then Toby mentioned Harvest Showcase. Please, if you get a chance, 26th of July, make sure you come to Harvest Showcase. This building will be full of 4-H exhibits, and then the whole fairgrounds will be used. And it's a great day for our county. So if you can make it, please try to make it out that day. And even everybody in the public. Jacob, you may want to say something about Harvest Showcase. It's a great community event. All right, anybody else on court comments? Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Danny. Second by Carl, all in favor? All right, thank you all.